Okay. I think that looks good, actually. Let's go here. We'll go here. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't look bad at all. Let's try this out for a little bit. We'll kind of see how this goes. We'll see. I don't normally stream on YouTube, but we're gonna give it a little go, see how it goes. So we're gonna work on some voxel art tonight, and I want to kind of play around with MagicaVoxel and VoxEdit. Let's see here. So if we bring this in, let's give it a little more transparency, like maybe 40. So that's going to be less transparency, so you're going to want to be like 70. And then you can decide, yeah. All right, let's go. So we've got absorb media, scatter media. Scatter might be the way to go. Now density, if I crank the density all the way up, it's just going to be dense, yes. That's kind of what I assumed. Okay, so let's go with like 15 density. Now what exactly does phasing do? Phase. Let's try this out here. Phase, density. 6, 7. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I wanted to try it over here tonight. I usually stream over here a couple times a month, and it kind of adds to the live stream catalog. You know what I mean? So wanted to kind of just try it a little bit tonight. How are you doing, man? All right, let's go with, we're going to go with child 1. And then my plan is to have a child 2. And then I want to have a monster. And I think we'll have a fisherman. Monty, hey, how you doing? No, I like to stream over here once in a while because the cool part about streaming here is it counts as YouTube content, right? So basically, when you're done, it goes into my live stream playlist, which counts as a video, quote unquote, right? So it's nice to kind of keep things, you know, on the up and up. So I like to stream over here once in a while just to kind of keep content going, and not including obviously videos that I make and stuff like that. So tonight we're just kind of messing around with some voxel art, and we're gonna just play around for a bit. Had a long weekend, so just trying to chill out a little, and we're gonna make a little voxel art scene here. My idea is to have 2 little kids kind of like leaned over the dock and like maybe a man fishing or something. And we'll either have him catching like a big fish, or we'll have, I'm not sure how we want to do this yet. This is a free voxel art program called MagicaVoxel, and it allows you to make basically voxel scenes, right? So this is one I was working on the other day, and you see what this looks like, right? Like it's all just voxels. But what the cool part of this program is when you render it. See the lighting? See how the lighting effects and everything are? It allows you to do like rendering, lighting, that kind of stuff. Pretty cool. Trying to not melt? Yeah, I'm telling you what, dude. So I've been kind of playing around with this software a little bit, just kind of getting familiar with it. Something else to kind of have. I made this the other day. I made a Game Boy. So if we render that, you know, you'll see the, you know, all that good stuff, and we put the ground back to like a gray. And we'll put the sky back to like a gray as well. And then watch this. If we take this and turn it to an emit light, see how we can have that screen light up? You can like render, lighting, you can render shading and stuff like that. You can do some pretty cool stuff with it. So I'm just kind of, you know, playing with it. What else did I make? Oh, I made this. This is where I made my desk. See, I was actually making my desk with my TV, because I've got my TV here, I've got my monitors here. I've got like my router and my little Binding of Isaac characters and books and stuff up here on the desk, so I was playing around with making this. And this is what it looks like pre-render. And then, of course, you work in the pre-render state, and then when you render it is when you get the lighting effects and everything. It's a pretty cool little program. I don't know it very well, so I'm still kind of learning it. Oh, I was making a Super Nintendo. Forgot about this one. Yep. What else do I have in there? Oh yeah, I'm testing boxes. Open. Alright, let's go back to the... Look here while I play around with Windows 11. Ooh, nice, Monty. I haven't played with Windows 11 yet. Let me know what you think. I need to. I know it's a matter of time before we get it to work and everything, but yeah. That's cool, man. Windows 11. So here's my question. If this is a root, can I duplicate this? Group objects, ungroup objects, leave, move, new, delete. Okay, so let's try this. You can. And then, of course, you can move it down, and then what? Ah, look at that. Okay, so I was wondering how that would work. So if you wanted to do this, and then add it to a whole new, yep. Okay, I see. So basically, this is your entire draw area here. And then I can delete. Yep, alright, cool. Let's see. Let's go with... I wonder what this is gonna... So how do the lights work if we do the lighting? We need to play with that. Maria, hello. My first time here, watching the program. Hey, Maria, how you doing? I'm sort of just taking a break today from the normal vector animation stuff, and I'm just kind of messing around with this program. It's called MagicaVoxel, and it allows you to make voxel art, and it allows you to render it and do some really cool stuff with it. So I'm just kind of playing around with the ideas behind it. You know, just trying to see what it does, what it can do, can't do, all that good stuff. Because I'm the type of person, I'm always trying to learn. And I'm always into like free programs and stuff. And so just kind of having fun. So if we put a light in there, oh, see, that's what it does. Oh, and then you see how the lighting comes back up on the dock? Now that's pretty cool. Maybe we can put the monster under here. Interesting. You see that? Okay, so let's unrender that. Alright, interesting. So if we render that without the water, we can see the lighting and the shading. And I want to say, if we go to the sky, yeah, we can change the direction of the sun and everything in the sky. Interesting, okay. So 50-50? Yeah, I was working on some open or Tahoma 2D earlier, but you found her? Where was she?
Stuff at the bottom of the shelf.
Okay, cool. Well, good job. You'll get into bed, okay? Alright, so if we want it... So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to make like a little rendered fishing scene. And I thought it would be kind of fun. So let's play around with it. Let's put a little kid is kind of my idea. Let's see if we can't put like a small... I was going to do maybe a couple kids leaning over the dock. I think that'd be kind of fun. Like do one here and do one here. And then maybe do one fishing right here and pulling something out of the water. And we can either do like a little monster, or we can do a fish. We can do, you know, all kinds of good stuff. But thank y'all for coming in today. I appreciate it. I do try to stream over here every now and then, and I just wanted to kind of go live and try it out. Because Maria, I think I met you in, oh shoot. My brain is eluding me. Darren's, right? Darren's stream? Alright, let's try a little kid leaning. Let's go... How do I want to do those? So, if we draw with this... If we go with the box... Dave and Darren both got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do Tahoma stuff. I don't know if you've seen any of my stuff. I do a lot of vector 2D stuff. I could show you real quick. I do a lot of like, I don't do much, I mean, well, it's hand drawn, but I do more vector shapes. I don't do a lot of like raster stuff. So my stuff is a little more, a little different than some of what they do. But it's fun. It's good fun. Let's see. Let's go in here. I'll pull up a couple and kind of show you some of the things that I do. So, like, I'm usually testing out different things. So here's one of the. I made this as a sort of a little tidbit, right? Like a little test. I was trying to do almost like a motion graphic style thing with this. And so this is basically a 2-second loop of this little like printing animation, if you will. And you can see like the art style that I use. It's very vectorized. It's I don't do a lot of raster stuff. Once in a while I'll do raster, but on the regular, no. Let's see. Commissions. I've done emotes, alerts. I've done a lot of different things with this. The bounce, yeah. The whole thing I was trying to do there was kind of emulate what you would see in motion graphics with like After Effects. That's something that would have a very heavy After Effects feel to it. And, you know, and I've done a lot of different things. Like, I've done isometric stuff. I've done testing stuff. I've done all kinds of motion path stuff. Yeah, it's, you know, I've done so much now, I don't even know what some of this is anymore. Yeah, that's how I was drawing this. And you can see kind of the style that I have, right? It's kind of a clean vector style. Monkey, what's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? Motion paths, yep, that's why I was testing that. Vector testing. And then I've done a lot of different things like this. Modes and, yeah. Here's one I did with audio that was pretty cool. This was for a streaming service. I made this little animation here. I'm good, dude. I'm good. Just kind of chilling tonight, making some art. I was showing Maria some of the things that I do with Tahoma, which is the vector animation software I use. But these are the kind of things that I make, Maria. Little, yeah, and again, they're more vector in style, but they're good fun. I need to make some more and finish them out. How are you, Monkey? Did you ever finish or figure out what you wanted to do with the design? All right, let's go here. If we go to render, I think we need to work on the plant. I'll turn the water off. I'm kind of learning the software tonight, guys, so bear with me. I'm sort of in full learn mode here. Really should, yeah. It's, you know, it's a little different. I enjoy it, but most of the art that I do is vector. I do a lot of stuff here in, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Affinity, but I do a lot of stuff in Affinity. And a perspective straight line guy, gotcha. Finalizing Tuesday, I hope. Okay, well, let me know. I do a lot of very stylized vector stuff like this. Like, here's my vector art, right? And so I come from kind of a vector background. And so my whole idea with Tahoma is carrying my vector style into Tahoma, which is what I've tried to do. And what I've done is I've kind of tried to learn how to create the art in Tahoma and in the same style that I would like an Affinity designer. And that's kind of been my goal, is kind of learn them simultaneously. So yeah. Cool, Monkey. Cool. All right, let's go here. Let's make a box. And I think we'll go like this. Gonna try to make some voxel plants. Is anyone here a fan of voxel art? Or is this just gonna be sort of a weird thing to look at? Because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of experimenting. Thank you, yeah. We do a lot of different stuff here. I do scenes, characters, animations, all kinds of fun stuff. Small animation to the project too, because it's giving me trouble. Gotcha. Okay. Just let me know, Monkey, yeah. Now I will be soon here. I will probably have a lot of time to work on stuff because I'm going to be having surgery on my knee more than likely pretty soon. So once that happens, I will probably have quite a bit of time on my hands. I'll probably be making some YouTube content and stuff like that. I need to do some more stuff. I've got a lot of people that request different things. It's just hard to, it's hard when you have a full time and everything you're doing in a regular schedule to actually get out there and, make content, make reliable, steady content. It's difficult. Anyone that's tried, you'll know exactly what I mean. Not easy. It's pretty cool for a plant. Alright, let's, how would I go about deleting this? Would I go to box and then what? Delete? Delete? Oh, okay. Delete. Okay, nice. Your style is constantly changing. Like as you discover new techniques. Yeah, it's super fun. It's super fun. I've been learning animation by doing e-cards for friends and family, working on a card for my nephew. That's awesome. But that's great, Maria, right? Because, so here with what I do, most of what I do, Maria, is self-taught. We just have fun, and you'll notice, like, the folks in my community, we just start something like this here, and we just kind of tackle it, and we kind of go, well, what would this look like? How would this work? What would we do here? You know what I mean? And it's really good fun to just kind of explore and learn. And I'm always learning. I'm probably learning too many things. I should probably be creating more. But such is life, right? All right, I want to try something. That water is pretty cool, but what is... Oh, that's an emit light. So, this is a glass render. That water is kind of haunting, right? I kind of like that. I think it's a little too bright. What about the transparency? That's almost like a mystical kind of, almost like a magical water in a way. Huh. What would roughness do to this? Oh, it literally does that. It roughens it up. Okay, we'll go to 10. I don't know what IOR is. Oh, the refractions. So we'll leave this at 1.7? That is kind of cool. Let's save that. Alright, so we'll turn the water off for right now, and we'll go in and we'll add some more of the greenery, I think. And we'll put some right here, next to this, I think. Yeah, I like this. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's interesting, right? So this program can do some really, really interesting stuff. I'll show you real quick. I was showing this earlier when I started. So the whole idea with this program is you create positive and negative space with voxels, which are squares. So like we can actually go inside of this building that I've hollowed out, right? You can see where I've hollowed this out and I've stuck lights inside. Well, what happens is when you render this, you see through this glass right here, right? Because what I did was I told this to render that yellow, or what is that green, as glass. So then you see the lighting inside and stuff that I told to be lights. So if we get closer here, you can actually see through that glass, and it almost looks like there's an interior in there, right? And then same thing over here. You see like this little robot, like vendor I made with the lights hanging down from the ceiling. So you can see, in the little fire here. It's a really interesting program because it allows you to make some really cool looking renders that you can, save as a little thing. And this over here, the idea with this was sort of like a little vending machine. Same kind of concept. Pretty interesting. And it is completely free, so it is it's a fun way to kind of think. And then you can see like the blue light from in here refract on the ground here, and then through the poles, and then the little fire in the barrel right here that I made. And, it's interesting. All right, let's get in here. Turn the water off. Model. All right, T. Yeah, we'll go here. Yeah, it's free. It's just called MagicaVoxel is what it's called, and it's completely free. I mean, there's no cost, and it updates pretty regularly, and I mean, you can't really go wrong, right? Free is free. You'll get used to that around here. We use a lot of free programs. All right. Open. I want to see. Oh, like I did this one. Some of you'll like this one. This little Game Boy. We did this and we made the screen glow. You see that? So then the screen has that greenish yellow glow. And what's cool is because you can control all the settings with it. Right? So you can make the light coming off of that as bright or light as you want it to be. You have full control over how it emits and everything. So you can go for more of like a simple glow or like a bright glow or whatever you want to do. It's pretty interesting. All right, let's get the fishing scene back open. So I mess with Blender as well. If I will say this too, Maria, if you have any questions and I can help, feel free to ask. I can't guarantee you I will have an answer, but I am glad to try and help. I'll show you the few things I've made in Blender. I'm learning Blender slowly. The thing with Blender, to me, Blender, while I see the potential in it, it feels as though I'm trying to. I don't really know how to explain it. It feels like I'm trying. It's weird in the concept of how it works, right? If that makes sense. But like I made this little hot dog being covered by cheese. This was one of the first ones that I did. And the whole idea with this was to just kind of understand how the animation worked and how the keyframing worked, right? And I've done other stuff. Like I did one where we had, lights and little character animations and stuff like this. Now this was hand drawn. This is not vector. So this was frame by frame hand drawn. But I do play with it. And I am slowly learning it. I'm not an expert in it yet by any means. Okay. There we are. Yeah, I have both Tahoma and OpenTunes as well. Great, good stuff. I will say, I do prefer Tahoma over OpenTunes, but only for one reason. Jeremy worked on adding in some really cool features that I use that do not exist in OpenTunes. And I'm a big fan of that. And they are specifically linked to vector art and the way that you make vector art. And so because of that, I tend to use Tahoma more than I do OpenTunes. Not necessarily stating it's better, but for me doing vector art, it has some functionality that I can't get with OpenTunes that I really appreciate. So that's why I tend to use it. Yeah, but OpenTunes is fantastic. We'll put some greenery around the base there. That's pretty cool. All right. And let's do some small stuff like here in the seabed, I guess. And we'll start by what? Drawing a box? That way we have a base, or would we be better off drawing a line? Let's go here. That does look pretty cool. I would say that we could see, now that's weird. Alright, yeah, that's pretty interesting. If we render that without the water, though, yeah, the lighting looks good. Alright, that's enough greenery for now. I just wanted to kind of put it there for a test. And it definitely does work. Yep, very neat. Yeah, I'm gonna do some Tahoma stuff on here too, Maria. Like, I'm gonna do some So my idea with this is, since I do more vector-based animations, I want to do some live streams where I kind of showcase my workflow with Tahoma to kind of help people understand the way that I work. Because I've had a lot of questions with it. People say, like, they don't understand, or not that they don't understand, they like to see how I do my workflow. And I'm like, yeah, I could totally do that. So one of these days we're going to do some more in-depth deep dives on that to kind of help people see how I work. Then at Darren's suggestion, see, me too. I really like the way Tahoma works. So for me, I'm in Tahoma, 100%. Yep. And I suggest Tahoma for people that are getting started. Like, for people that are new to it, I suggest Tahoma outright. Not that OpenToonz is bad, but I feel like OpenToonz, it doesn't do a really good job with transparency, right? Like, when you first open OpenToonz, it's very overwhelming. Where Tahoma is overwhelming, but it's less overwhelming, if that makes sense. So it's a little easier to swallow. So I always tell people, I'm like, start with Tahoma. Once you understand Tahoma, you can easily transition to OpenToonz if you really want to, because they're basically the same application in terms of back end. It's just what you see on the front end and how it's laid out. And so most people that I know, they do start with Tahoma. I want this to have a more transparent look. Huh, okay. Let's go back here. So the density now that doesn't have the glow. That has a more, now see, that just looks like a piece of glass, right? I mean, I guess if the water was super clear, it would make sense. Can I manually input this? I can't. We could do like 95 if we wanted to. What if? I've seen docks that have lights on them, right? I'm thinking this might look really cool if we put some lights on the side of the dock. That way it sort of refracts into the water, maybe? Let's try that. Let's go to the lights. We'll go to the light layer. Now, this is where this gets problematic. Each one of these boxes, if you look at them, has its own 3D space, alright? You can see the squares right here. See that? Trick is, you cannot make a floating square without building to it and then deleting the others. So, like, if I wanted to add lights here, I would have to do them on the pose layer like this, if I want them to be there. So I think we'll try that. We'll go here, we'll add a gray, something like this. You have a cat making itself come. Yeah, this is Frodo right here. This is my daughter's cat, and this is Frodo. And then of course we have Sam, and we have Mary, and we have Pippin. We have our 4 Hobbit cats. Yeah, and then it's kind of a funny story how that happened, but let's try this. I'm curious what this is gonna look like. But that spot you see Frodo in, that is his spot every stream. There aren't many streams that go by that Frodo doesn't show right there. Once in a while he won't be there, but yeah, not on a regular. What, it was on level, right? Yep, right there. Okay, we'll do the lights. Curious what this is going to look like, but we're going to go ahead and do it. You know what I could do? I wonder what that would look like if I fully encased it like this, and then just did one light. Probably wouldn't be enough light. This is gonna be super bright. Gotta run, have a great dream. Alright, Monkey, take care, buddy. Good to see you, sir. I'll be looking for a message from you. We'll see if we can't get something done for you. Right, render. Oh, now that, not bad looking. Thoughts? I kind of like that. Because it gives it almost like the dock is lit up a little bit, which makes sense. It would be. I like that. I like that. I do like that. I do like that. Okay, we'll go 80. Yeah, that is neat. That's cool, right? And then what you can do is check this out. We can turn the emission way up. You see that? And we could even go like this. Now look how that changes the whole scene. You see, now I think that's a little much, but you can do it if you really want to. And then of course you see this blue bar at the top, because what it does is when you make a change, it has to render that scene out. Right, and there it is. But we'll do about a 3. And I think we'll go about 100. Yeah, that looks... I'm liking that. I'm digging that. And we'll get the water right. Alright, so let's work on the kids. You could if you wanted to. So the way this works is... So when you start with the program, you're going to have this color palette here. And you see how that changed the whole picture, right? The color palette signifies where the pictures are on here, okay? Or where the colors are. So the trick with this is, let's say, and I'll give you an example. Let's say we click this box right here and we wanted a purple light, right? You would come in here and you would choose this purple. And what's going to happen is, right now you don't see it, right? We got to add it to the scene. So we'll come in here and we'll make a line right here. Or we'll make a box and we'll make a purple light right here, for example. Now, when we render this, you're probably thinking, okay, I don't see the light. It's not doing anything. Well, each color in this color symbol here has its own settings here. So under the material type, you can choose what each color does. So like the dot colors, they're not doing anything. They're just a regular diffuse. But if we go to the yellow light color, you can see that it's set to emit for emit light. And then each one has its own light setting. So if we go back to the purple and we choose emit and we turn it up to 5, now you can see that it's glowing. You see that? And now it lights up that whole scene. See? So each color has its own settings throughout the picture. So if I wanted to use that purple lighting and I wanted that to be used somewhere in the picture, well then what I could do, because we turned that purple into a light, I could come in here and I could go like this. I could say, okay, we want little purple lights here, right? And then we could go to render. Now look at that, you see? Because we've set that color as a light, anywhere we use it in the picture, it's going to have those light settings. So if I wanted to answer your question, if I wanted to have 5 progressions of light color, then you could choose a color, set it to a low power emit with a low emission, and then set the next one to a higher, and the third one to a higher, and the fourth one to a higher. So you could do a stepping if you wanted, right? So yeah. It's a really fascinating little program. And you can make some really interesting stuff with it. And I'm just now learning it, so bear with me. Okay, so I want to take the yellow light. What is LDR? It really is. And the thing about voxels is it's kind of like making pixel art, but in a 3D space, right? So you can just kind of play around and you can... You know, it's a really neat little program. And I just started using it like 4 days ago, so I'm still very, very new to it. I've known about it for a while, but it's one of those programs I just haven't really sat down and been like, I want to learn it. And I'm doing it now because it looks really fun. All right, so we're going to draw the child. Let's do that now. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to draw a child. I'm thinking a little kid kind of holding on to the edge of the dock, looking into the water, right? I'm thinking of having that one right here. And then I'm thinking about having one here holding a fishing pole, if that makes sense. So let's try to draw the little kid here, all right? And so the way I'm gonna do this is we're gonna start with his little legs behind him. And I don't know best practices here, all right? So we're gonna start with a shape. And then we're gonna build up a square, right? What is making all that noise? A cat? Gotta be. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna shape this down. And I think what we'll do, let's play with this. Again, full test mode. One, two, three, four, five. See what I mean here? Okay, so let's do this, and we're gonna do a little square kit, obviously, and we'll kind of shape the body, I think, as we go, because I'm not sure so you gotta look at it like this, right? You're using voxels, so you're using little squares, and so you're gonna be kind of limited, like you would be in, say, like pixel art, right? But it is doable. You just gotta kind of play with it. Okay, let's go back to the face. Okay, that's better. I want this kid. I think we'll have this kid have a hood on. Yeah. We'll do a hood here. Oh, and you can paint them. I'll show you in a second what that means. You can paint and you can delete for negative space. All right, so let's do that now. Let's go. All right, so if we take box, watch this. See that? How you can delete for negative space right there like that? So this is how you're gonna start shaping. So like if you had this on, you can add one block at a time or you can delete one block at a time. And that's how you're gonna kind of build that detail. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little arm out the side here and we'll just kind of, yeah, we'll kind of go right there, I think. Like he's holding on, looking over the edge. And we're going to do like a little hooded kid, I think. Now, we're not going to see the negative space under here, but I'm going to go ahead and make it anyways. Just because I think it'll be cool. Alright, now, this is where we're going to break out the paint, alright? So we're going to go to paint mode, and under the kid thing, we're going to make a new color. So we're going to go with blue for the blue jeans, and now we're going to go like that. And then watch. See that? See how you can actually paint onto the boxes, and then you can actually change them into the shape, right? So then we'll go here. We'll grab another color for the shoes, and then we'll just kind of play around with what we want this to look like. See? And then we can keep shaping it. Okay, so I think we'll go here. P. We'll kind of make it look like the top of a head right there. Alright, cool. I would like to have a distinction here, I think. Maybe. I don't know yet. Here, we'll... There. Yes, perfect. Because we're going to go like this. What are y'all doing? Oh, I thought y'all were in bed. Yeah? Okay, there we go. Cool. Let's go with like an orange, I think. Okay, we'll go back to G, we'll go to B. paint this. Yep, I like that. And then we'll play with it. Now we'll go bang, bang, and same thing, bang, bang. Cool. Now it looks like a little kid kind of leaning over the side. Now again, you're not going to see in here, right? But we'll kind of just come in here and we'll drop in a little. All right, cool. Now we're just going to kind of leave that kid there. And we may change some of the colors and stuff. I don't know. We'll render it. Yeah. You know, we got this little kid sort of leaning over the deck. Now, what's cool about this is you can hit N. You see this? You can select the entire kid and move them if you need to. Or I should say if you want to. See this? You can move them anywhere on the scene you want. So once you've drawn it, you can, move things around and whatnot. Like if we selected this and we went like this, you could copy and paste it. See, so we could make multiple kids like this if we wanted to and stuff. So I mean, it does have those functionalities. I'm figuring out. All right, cool. So we'll have that little kid. We need an animal in here. So let's go with, or should we do a little kid fishing? I'm thinking we should do a little kid fishing at this point, maybe. Let's do the fisherman. Let's make this happen. We'll go here, here. Okay. Yep, we got that little kid there. And again, we'll look at this. I like it. All right, now for our fisherman, we're gonna kind of go here, I think. Okay. Yep, we'll do another kid, I think. The fisher friend, yeah, and I don't know if I want him pulling a fish out of the water, because I was gonna have a fish jumping out of the water. I do want to try that. So one thing you'll notice with me is I always try to, I don't want to say complicate things, but I always try to like, hey, let's try this, right? And we'll see how things work. I'm a big fan of trying things out just to see what it looks like. Because it may or may not work, right? If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's an easy way to go about it. Alright, so we're going to make a green color for now. Alright. Bang. 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 Yeah, the only thing I can say with this program, if you download it, just hit it with some patience. Because it's not impossible to learn. It definitely has its quirks. Right, absolutely. Can delete it. Yep, 100%. Alright, I want to make this look like... I don't know if that's going to come through. Yeah, that looks like a pair of shorts. So then we'll go here. Oh, can we copy a color? Copy, paste. We absolutely can. Okay, cool. That's good to know. G, paint, paint. That's good to know. So we're going to have this little dude sort of sitting here. Now here's the cool part too. If you're used to Tahoma or OpenTunes, right? If we change this color, look, it changes anywhere that it is on the scene. You see? So we're already used to that system. So that's cool. Okay, let's go there with it. We'll come back here. We'll grab this. I feel like that's good. Good, like a little belt almost. Okay. Now let's do a chest. Let's go with a yellow, I think, on the shirt. Boom. Whoop. No, we're gonna go T, face, 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 face. And then we'll kind of shape this out. We'll go bang, bang. Alright. Bang. Maybe 2 down. And then maybe what? Yeah, we'll go like this, I think. And we're probably going to change a lot of these colors up. Yeah, that's the same width as the kid that's laying down. I want to keep it somewhat consistent. You know what? I want to do this differently. I'm getting ideas as I'm drawing. I want him to almost look like he's shocked. I don't like that being right there. I'm thinking here might be better. Yeah, much better. Okay. Yeah, like this. Yep, okay, cool. Now we're going to need a fishing pole, which I think we can actually... Fishing pole. Let's see how we're going to do this. So you're going to treat this kind of like pixel art then. The same way you would do like pixel. Yep. Yep, and then we can change that color if we want to, not a problem. So we'll actually change that now. We'll go with like a silver, and I think we can just paint this. Yes. And then we can just alter the color to whatever we want it to be. And I don't really like the yellow for the t-shirt. I think I want it to be more like a purple. Yeah, there, I'm digging that. Now, for the pole, I think we'll go a little darker. Let's throw a render at that real quick and just see what this looks like. Yeah, see? So you got your little dudes. And this one, he's going to be holding that pole. And we'll play with that pole color. And then we'll do a line. So we'll do a white for the line. And I think we'll make it kind of like a glass. Right? So it's slightly transparent. So if we make a line for this. How I want to do that. Now, here's the thing too, right? Like these squares that you see, they could absolutely be smaller. You could be using a smaller square if you really wanted to. I went with this size just because I didn't want to go too small at first because I'm still learning the program. We'll go right here with it. I'm kind of liking that, and then we can put him pulling something out of the water. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it. Now, what we'll do is we'll grab this. Yeah, so right here, you see these numbers right here? That's how you would control that. And I'll give you an example here in a second. So, like, let's say we make a new file, right? And we clear it out. You see these squares right here? This is 40 by 40 by 40. If we come up here and we set this to 256 and hit enter, look what that did. Now it's literal 256 squares per row. And you see how much more detailed you're going to get there, right? A lot more detail. Now, it goes even deeper than that. And I'll show you what I mean. So this is just the first box. If we copy this and paste it, we can then move that box like this, right? So basically what happens, this is the root that you see right here, all right? If you start copying these, each one of these is 256, right? So I think it kind of starts to make sense. And if you copy all these and move all these, each one of these is 256. So each, you can have all these little squares with their own individual drawings in them. So you see how big this project could really, really get. You're talking 256 you know, blocks per square all the way up. I mean, this could get out of control, and of course you can go up and down as well. So we could take, you know, this, copy, paste. Now look, see, now you've got that. And again, each one of these squares is 256 by 256 by 256. So you can get as complicated as you really want to with this. You know, I chose not to go this crazy yet because I'm still learning the program, and I'm trying to keep it somewhat in check for now. But if I were to have done smaller boxes, then yes, we could have gone a lot more detail in this picture. For sure. We could have gone, you know, the line and everything would have had more blocks to use, so it would have had much more finite detail. Okay. Alright, let's go. How do we want to do this? Let's go. I'm gonna do boom for the neck. Boom, boom. Of course, yeah. These are all the little things I've kind of figured out over the last couple of days, because I've asked the same question. I'm like, well, how do I, if I want to make it more detailed, how do I do that? Or how do I do this? You know, and I've been like scouring different things, just trying to understand. Okay, we'll go here. Maybe make this a little girl here. Why not? We'll do a little girl here, and we'll put some little like. I like that. I like that. Yeah. That'll be fun. We'll go like this. Let's go to paint. And see, this is where smaller squares would have been a better benefit, right? We could have done a lot more detail on this face, but that's okay. We'll just do little eyes for now. It'll get the point across. And see, for me, I know that I can do bigger. I know that I can do bigger, you know, bigger squares and everything. So I know I can get more detail in here when I want to. That's cute. Okay, let's go here. Now let's go to the fish. We'll go here. Let's make the fish a green. I'm feeling like green would be really good. Let's have fun with this. Now this is where I think it'll get kind of cool, because we can create that negative space in here a little bit. You don't need a mouth. Right. Yeah. And so this kind of art, I don't know how much pixel art you've ever done, Maria, if you've done any. But this is, to me, it's going to be sort of reminiscent of pixel art in a way that you're going to do, you know, minimal details with large expression and whatnot, right? So, all right, we want to create a negative space here, but I want to do it in a way that works. So what we're going to do, because I want that line to almost look like it's going into the mouth. So that kind of comes across in the picture. Kind of like that. Yeah. I'm digging that. Now what we'll do is we'll kind of build this up. Right now we're going to go like this. We're going to kind of make the general body for the fish. And I would like to make this bend a little bit. I'm not sure how successful we're going to be, but hey, you know what? We're going to try. Let's add white for the eyeballs. And let's go like this. Might be a bit big. Might be a bit weird. I'm thinking right there might be perfect. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And then we'll taper this back. And now watch this. Again, we'll kind of bring this down into the center here. We just do our own graph paper. Yes. There you go then. You know, it's funny you mention that because, yep, you're exactly right. That would be very similar to this. You're exactly right. Yep. I used to do that too with the graph paper. In fact, I remember in class using graph paper several times. That's funny you mention that because that's exactly what this is. Very similar. Yeah. Good call. Good call. So if you did that, then this will be, this will be very reminiscent of that. And it's like anything in life, right? Like some people are going to enjoy this, some people aren't, and that's fine. I'm a realist and I understand, and we have this talk a lot when I'm streaming, like with people in the community, in my community. Like, art is like anything in life. Some people are going to enjoy what you make and some aren't, and that is okay, right? Like, not everybody is going to enjoy this style of art. I get it. I'm not crazy. But I happen to like it. I think it's fun. I think it's cute. I think it could look really, really neat. See? And I think it's going to be really fun to make little scenes with it, like little city scenes and stuff like that. Okay. Let's grab this color. Now, I would like to put a slight bend on this, and that's going to be a little rough. Can I do it like this? And I'm thinking that I can. Well, if you do make anything with this, Maria, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what other people can do with this, because I think it's really fascinating. I think it's really interesting. And I think it definitely has some fun potential. Okay. Yeah. There are some decent tutorials on YouTube. Just search up MagicaVoxel. You'll see a couple of them. It's, there's information out there. It could be more. There could be a little more user-friendly, if you will, on some regard. Maybe I'll, if it's something I really get into, I might make some myself and just kind of help people with the getting started process, right? Alright, so now we're going to go... Oh, this is cool. I should show you this, Maria. Now, this is a cool thing this program does. So let's go down here, and let's make a green. We'll make this green right here, right? Let's say we go to the end over here, and we make a pink. If you want to make a gradient between the two, you hold Control, Alt, and drag it, and look at that. It makes a perfect gradient between those colors. So then if you wanted to shade this using that color scheme, you could. So you see how I did that here with the dot colors. I started with a light brown, a dark brown, and I created a gradient between the two. So what I can do is I can step those tones and colors for like shading and detail. So like if I wanted to do that with the fish, what I would do is I would make this brighter, like this, right? I would copy this, come out here, paste it, go a lot darker with it. And there you go. And now I've just created that stepping, so now I can come in here and paint smaller details. Yeah, that's really, really cool. I was really happy when I found that, because I was like, man, it'd be really cool for like shading purposes and whatnot to be able to, you know. Yep, I do too when I'm doing vector art. Like when I'm doing vector art with this, like this picture one, right? This purple was the base color for the entire picture. So this lighter purple is a shade lighter of that purple. The darker purple is a shade darker. And that's kind of how I make my art, right? Even here when I'm doing like shading and details, like even here with the shading on the beard. Everything is kind of a step in color. I do the same exact thing. Yep. Yep. Alright, we'll grab this darker color and we'll come in here and we'll do the underbelly of the fish and the darker. Oh, I like that. That gives them an interesting look. Let's do behind the eyes. We'll go here, Yep. Alright, now let's come over here, set the scene, and let's render it. Fire Blaze, where he discusses and demonstrates all kinds of playing technique for lighting check. Yeah, and you know, to me, it's one of those things where it's one of the really first important things to kind of learn, right? Like because I get this question a lot. People are always asking, like, how do you create shading and detail and stuff like that? And I'm like, that is a really important concept you really want to get nailed down, in my opinion. Like if you're really gonna get into art, that's something you really need to get a good grasp on that, on how you want to create shading and detail in light, because it's an important concept that can make all the difference in your art. Oh wait, this should be a negative space, right? When a fish jumps out of the water, there's almost a hole. Am I right in thinking? Like there's almost a, like this. And then we can create like a splash effect, I think. Yeah. Let's go like this. And then we'll kind of, yeah, this will look kind of cool. Yeah, now watch this. Now we'll take this and we'll rough this up. So it's not, we don't want a perfect, obviously. Right, exactly. Yep. And see, for me, when I do make vector art, I don't use a lot of strokes. Typically I don't. Sometimes I'll do strokes. But I do a lot of like almost linear, where everything is, all my edges and everything are defined by colors. That's kind of how I do my art anyways. So for me, like I'm used to kind of blending colors and whatnot together to make that empty space, as opposed to always relying on outlines. And not that there's anything wrong with that, outlines in general. It's just I'm more comfortable with the way that I do it, kind of using that negative space and the colors and whatnot. Yep. But that's just my style, you know, and that's what I always tell people when they ask those questions. It's like, you know, that's not necessarily a how you have to do it thing. That's just the way that I do it. That's my style. Yep, now this is going to look cool. We're going to play with this. I'm not happy with the watercolor yet because I feel like it needs to be... We're going to need a secondary color for the water, like a lighter... We're gonna do this, I'm thinking. I don't know. So we're in full-on experimental mode. But I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good about the decisions thus far. Now watch this. This is where this will get interesting. Because I want to make floaty blobs, right? Where there's like little pixels of water floating. Now this is where I think it's going to look really cool. Now remember I said, you can't make floating blocks per se, but you can absolutely do it like this. You see this? You can create blocks in the air like this by creating that negative space, by, you know, coming out here and then deleting, right? And then you have these floating objects. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, see? Now, we're going to have to play with the water, because again, I'm not 100% happy with, you know, we might go back to this. I don't know yet. We're gonna play with it, but we're gonna add in a secondary color, and we're gonna play with the way. Once we get the details in here, we'll play with it. We'll play with it. I'm hoping it's gonna give me what the look that I'm going for, though. And then, you know what? We can even attach some water to the fish, no? We could. Because that would make sense. He would still have water on him. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, I see. Yeah, that way he's got water, like, dripping on him. Which makes sense. Mm-hmm. Very cool. It's a challenge to work with how to make it move and how to convey transparency, light, sparkles, and such. Yeah, it's... And I think that's what intrigues me about this program, is being able to almost create that look, right? Like, look at this. Now, what I'm using to create the water is a glass effect. So we're going to have to, again, I'm not 100% satisfied with the, right now. We're going to have to play, but I'm liking the way it's looking. I tell you what we're going to do for right now. We're going to go here. Let's just go like this for right now, right? So we can kind of see, you know, what it's looking like. Heck, that might even look better than trying to make it look transparent. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've got to learn the settings a little bit and more to feel more like I actually know what the heck I'm doing here. Okay. So let's start well, actually, you know what? Cool. I do too, but I don't want to. I don't know how to explain it. I want the look, but I want the water to still look. I don't want it to look like glass, right? Like I want it to have the transparency, but I want it to also have a water look, if that makes any sense at all. Like I like the idea of the transparency for sure. I need to experiment. What I want to do is I want to get these colors in here. And then I think what we're going to do is just kind of play with the filter a little bit and get a better feel for it. The other thing I think that might help this is what if we added in like a white, right? For almost like a spray. White might help this. I don't dislike what's going on here. I just need to make it all make sense. So let's go here. Let's add in a white. And let's just play with this. Right? We'll kind of... White might be the wrong. Let's copy this, paste this, and just go lighter. There we go. A spray would be... Yeah, I'm thinking so too. So then watch, we can kind of pepper this in here, right? Almost like it's, you know, part of the scene. Like it's the water kind of breaking. I think I could have a lot of fun with this program. And, you know, I think it's a program that I think I have some people I know that would like to learn this. So I'm definitely gonna be making some content for this, I think. Like some little just how-tos and general, you know, tutorial vids and stuff. It's pretty neat. The other thing is, too, I do know that you can carry this into Blender and animate it for those that are interested. I don't know if that interests anyone, but you can animate these in Blender. Hey Jim, how you doing? Tooth by Kai did a tutorial to how to export and import. You just hit the nail on the head. Yeah. So I actually saw somebody do that, Jim, and that's why I'm kind of curious. I want to, if I get good enough with this, I'd like to actually play with that a little bit. Like, what would that workflow be, right? Because this could look really cool animated. I need to kind of play with it to get a better feel for it, though. Let's go to Paint, I think. Oh yeah, Paint works better. That way we can kind of... Alright, so what does this look like on a render? Alright, not bad. Oh, I like that. That looks cool. Now, we've got to get the, water effect a little better. But I'm liking that, how it's like breaking the water. Alright, so let's actually play with the water effect. Because I was also thinking about putting a little cat, like right here next to this kid. Maybe a little cat sitting right here on the dock. And maybe a little fishing, like a little tackle box over here. Might be kind of fun. But let's play with the water right now, so we can kind of goof off with that. So we have three different images. We have an absorb, a scatter, an emissive, and a subsurface. Let's look at subsurface. Let's go with 50% density, 50% transparency, and then we'll kind of compare what they do. Never say no to the idea of a cat, yeah. Yep. We love our cats around here. We have the 4 indoor cats, and we have an outdoor. Well, we actually have 2 outdoor cats. Both of them adopted us, but we just take care of them. All right, so this is... You follow all the same artists I do, yeah. I love being around people that are creative. I talk about this a lot when I stream and stuff, and I always tell people that, for me, a lot of creativity is being inspired, not just by the things that I see, but watching other people create, right? Like it's really cool when you hang out with people that are creative because it kind of helps inspire you, to watch somebody else do something or create something. Big fan of that. All right, let's take the transparency up to like 75. I might have to try that Blender workflow, Jim, and see, just kind of get a feel for how that works. I might follow one of those tutorials and just kind of see. Alright, so this is starting to be a little translucent. I don't hate that right there. I actually kind of like that one right there. Because, now watch this. If we go... copy material. Yeah, let's copy the material and then paste material. Ah, boom. So then that turns the white into the same glass material. Awesome. Perfect. How you guys figure out solutions problems? Yeah. It's funny. I've actually had that talk with friends before that, art in animation is kind of like being a developer or a coder in a way, right? Because especially animations, when you animate, you're creating, you're starting with an idea, right? And you have to find a solution or a way to make that come to life. I'll give you an example. This one here, I did this animation for a little service I was working on, and I did like an Among Us style, and I did this in Tahoma, and I had to sit here and brainstorm like this knife cut that's coming up. I had to brainstorm on that, like how to make that work, and then how to pull all these little details together. And it's always fascinating when you start a project and you kind of go, okay, here's where I'm at, and I want to get here. And you sort of, you have to design your way through those problems and kind of figure out how to make that stuff work. It's good fun. Like, I really enjoy it. It's a very process-driven thing, but it works. All right, cat. Let's add in a tackle box. I like the tackle box idea. All right, what color cat do we want? Last year when I told my sister I was going to teach myself computer animation, she congratulated me on deciding to learn programming. Exactly. And she's not wrong, because it's a very process-driven thing, right? Like, here's where you want to get, and you guys that do animation, you understand this. There's multiple ways to get there, right? Like, if I told you I wanted to, like in that animation right there, I want the knife cutting through that. We're all going to have a creative way to make that work, right? Like, we're all going to have a different way to make that process to get to that end goal. And you have to kind of develop how you want that to work, right? And so it's that process of like knowing where you are and then building how to get to where you want to be. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, and I tell people that all the time. And people are like, oh, because I get a lot of people, they come at me and they're like, oh, I want to learn how to animate. And it's like, okay, well, and you kind of help them, you help them like get started, and they don't understand all those little nuances that are going to be in there. All right, I want a white cat. White cat. And we're going to go here on this. All right, yeah, we'll go T, B. Let's draw the kitty. We're going to have the back of the kitty here, the front of the kitty here. And I think what we'll do is bang, bang. Oh, were you a white cat? Okay. So we're just going to kind of build this cat up. We'll go B. I like this. And again, if we were using smaller, this is where I think if we had been using the remember I showed you the smaller boxes, this I think would have been, you know, a much more detailed thing. But that's okay. That's okay. Again, this whole thing was just a kind of a lesson learned thing. And I'm alright with that. I'm okay with that. I want this, I think, to be the top of the body. Yep, that's perfect. And then we'll play on the shaping here. Like I think this and this could be part of the cat. Actually, you know what? We'll go right there for the feet. Perfect. That'll be kind of the body, and then we'll lay the tail flat on the ground. You know? Kind of like that, I'm thinking. Maybe more, a little longer, so we can kind of see it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. You could put a fish in the water, and that's what I want to do. So I want to have, you see the greenery here? I want that greenery to show through, and I want to have some of that greenery coming out of the water, right? So this is interesting. I'll show you guys this real quick. So again, here's that route I was showing you, right? This entire platform is where you can do your individualized blocks, right? Well, I'll show you this real quick because I hope this makes sense. Let's copy this and paste it. Now, what's cool is, you see how we just copied and pasted that whole thing, right? But did you notice something? You can stack these squares on top of each other without ever moving them, and that's exactly what I've done. So the lights are on one square, the plants, the deck, the kids, the ground, the water, they're each in their own individual square, stacked on each other. So when you turn these off, they're all in the same space, but they're each their own layer or square. And I did that because I wanted to see if that's how the workflow would go, and it appeared that it is. Because we can also move them, you know, we can move them wherever we want. Right, it's sort of like layers, I'm thinking. But what's interesting with this is you can go anywhere you want on this square. So like, let's say we wanted to take this water layer and copy and paste it. Well, we could do some stuff like this. You know, we could easily start building up this whole thing with the water. Now, each one is going to have the splash, right? But if we render this, you're going to see how they all have that splash right there. See? So if you wanted to make this whole root thing a water scene, I guess in theory you could make a water block and then just copy and paste it a bunch of times, move it around. And then you could make individual water blocks with the specific things that you want. But again, that's sort of like I'm learning the workflow in the process here because I don't really know it. And I think we're going to treat this like most of the other programs we use. We're going to kind of develop our own workflow in the end. Okay. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. Come out of there. I don't like that hunchback right there. I think that needs to be lower. Yep, that's better. Okay. The head would need to be one more higher in order to make the eyes work right. So we'll go here. We'll make a darker gray color. We'll go to paint mode. And we'll paint the eyes in. Now, again, if we were using smaller squares, we could do a square in the middle for like a pixel, right? So we could do this and then paint this one, you know, like the pupil. We could also do, and we still could, we could do like a little pink nose kind of thing. But again, more squares would make this, you know, more, obviously. I think everybody gets that idea. What I'm talking about there. Alright, so let's go with, we'll take this same color and we'll give him a black tip on the tail maybe, or a black foot here. We'll give him one black foot And we'll give him one black ear, maybe? I don't know. We'll just play with it. Little cute cat. Yeah. And then if we render it, see, we've got a little cat sitting on the dock. So we got that kid looking in the water. We got the kitty. We've got the, you know, the kid fishing with the fish. And I like Monty's idea. I want to put some more fish in the water. I wonder... I like this kid. I like how we did his face, even though you don't see it. The kid here with the hoodie on. See, he's got his little eyes under there. That's cool. Alright, I want to do a little tackle box. Let's go with the... I don't know. Let's do something bright. We'll go with like a green. We'll go like this. And let's just make this real quick. We'll do a little... We'll do a little, let's see, like this. And then we'll go here. And see, so what I'm learning to do is sculpt it, right? So, like that. And then we'll go with a darker for the handle. And we'll go, well, we'll need to go one wider. So we'll go here, and then here. Nice. And then we'll go here. Okay. Then of course, you know, you could add in more colors and stuff if you really wanted to. You get the idea. And we could make the, I don't like how it meshed with his pants, though. So we'll go with, like, let's go with, like, a bright orange. Perfect. Renders that out. Okay. Cool. Now we got that in there in the scene. I don't like the orange, though, because it matches the wood too close. So let's go with, like, a, yeah, like a bright pink. That'll work. Cool. Alright. That's a cool little scene. I'm liking it. Let's mess with... That could have to be looking at the fish. No, I agree. That'd be cool to have the fish right there. So, we can play with the water. We're here. Let's play with it. I'm not 100% happy with it. So, you have a couple different materials. You have a metal material. Which metal obviously isn't going to work for the water, but, you know, there it is. You have the emit, which is going to be how you get the light, right? So, like, if we made, if we added max emit to the water, look what it does to the scene. Little much, but, you know, you could do that. You have blend, which lets you mix all of the material elements, and then you have cloud. We might go with cloud. I don't know. I've got to play with it and get a better understanding of how it works. I think it's too translucent, but maybe we can make it a little denser. Because that does look kind of cool where the fish is. Let's let it render and then we'll take a look. I don't know. Cloud? Okay. Let's turn the density up. No. No, that's not what we're looking for. Alright, let's try it on, what is this? Scatter media. It looks like a cloud. That doesn't look like water. And then on emit media. That's a little weird. 29. Can you layer materials on top of each other? Water does have a quality of emission. You can. You absolutely can. And you can do some really neat stuff. Yeah, like watch this. You could layer. So remember what I was showing you. I'll try to explain this. So remember, each color has its own little, like, setting. So you could make one the other. Maybe mixing cloud. Maybe. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's go to the water level. Let's add a new color. Let's just experiment with it. Why the heck not? We'll add a green, okay? And then watch this. We'll add it to the entire top of the water layer. So the blue is what we have the water, and the green is what we'll have just as the secondary color. If we render that, all right, let's go back to the blue and we'll turn that back to glass. All right, and we'll go with the regular. Now, you see how there's no light getting in there now. You see that? See how dense the glass looks? Because there's no light going in. Let's go to the green. Let's turn the green into glass. See, now you have the light reflecting off the green. You see that? You didn't before, now we do. So let's turn that transparency up. I don't know, 75? And just take a look and see what this does. Alright, so let's turn this into a cloud. That's weird. What is this one? Subsurface scattering media. That's weird. And if I have it at 0 density, here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if we're doing this the wrong way. You see how this cloud looks? I'm wondering if we should do this at the bottom of the water. If that makes sense, so that it glows through. Maybe we should be putting lighting underneath to make it more reactive. But I don't know. Now there's a cloud layer. That's with no density. And then phasing. Okay. And then that is full density. Yeah, I don't think... Let's try this. Let's go here. We'll take those off. Okay, we still have that green color. Let's go here. Let's go to the ground. Turn the water off. Let's grab the light color. And let's just try something. Let's add a light right here. Right? And let's turn the water back on. And let's just see... Let's see what the water does when it's given a light underneath. Alright? Now you can see here, you see this, how we see that seaweed down in there now? So let's play with this. We'll go here, and we'll go to the first one, and let's turn the transparency all the way up. Let's play with this. The light definitely helps illuminate the bottom. I just don't know if it does it in the right way. That's pretty cool looking. And if we turn the ground layer off, you see what the water does? It has a completely different look with the light on. What do you guys think? Let's turn the density all the way up. Nope. Oh, that's neat. And see, that actually looks like water. But the trick is, and now look at that, we can see the greenery down there, and now, like Monty said, we'd be able to see the fish in there. Alright, let's carry this down, the density down to 10. Just because I want to see. And the transparency at 50. I actually like that a lot. Now the problem is though, what do we do with the light? Because the light is too bright. It does. It feels like the right step, but I feel like it's too much light right there, right? So how would we go about concealing that light? Because now look, we can see the seaweed, we can see, I really like that. But now I need to make it so the light doesn't look like there's a door on the bottom of the water. Alright. So let's turn the water off. Let's try something. let's all right, let's get creative. Let's go to the ground. What if I built a buffer? And what I mean by that is, what if we built the wall up on this side? Does that make sense? So almost like the light is in a ravine? Let's try it. Maybe it'll make sense if I do it. How small? You can make it one dot if you want. But I'm gonna try something. And I think this might be the answer to our... I'm gonna almost make this look like it's uneven ground over here, if that makes sense. Like this, right? And then watch this. What if we build this up? Almost like a little wall over it. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Just bear with me, and we'll test it. Okay. This might look really weird, but I'm hoping it projects the light forward. Almost like a light box. Right? Okay. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, see how that's lighting up the kid and everything? I just don't know what that's going to look like with the water on. It's not as much light, but it's also not giving that water that same effect. But let's do this. Let's go to the light, and let's crank that puppy up. Whoa. 4. See, I think what I'm going to have to do is I think I'm going to have to spend some time just really playing with the materials to get a really good understanding of, like, just how they work, right? From just a user level, because I think that's where my issue. I don't have a firm enough grasp of like how they actually function with each other, and I think for that I'll probably just have to make like a test file and just goof off, you know, mix light, mix glass, mix water, and just play around with like what do the effects do. Because I feel like we're close, but we're not quite. See, you can still see where that's refracting. I don't mind this. I don't like the way that looks right there. Huh, okay. Well, it's progress. Progress. And if we turn the transparency all the way up, now that just looks weird. What, like 45? 55? 55 isn't bad. Yeah, okay. I think it's definitely progress. And considering where we were when we started this, I think it's a lot of progress. And I think it's progress in the right direction. For sure. I'm just gonna have to do some proper testing. Right. Yeah, it doesn't work. The idea is there. So I thought about, but I didn't know how this would look. What what if we lit up the bottom of the deck? If that even makes sense. Like, what if we ran lights? I'll try to, hang on. So that it illuminates the water, right? Almost like, I'm sure there's tools to the trade here. I'm sure there's ways that people do things. Right? So let's go here. The glow at the pier? Okay, well, let's see what that's... Whoa. Oh, boy. Okay, now, hang on a minute. This may be too much, but... What if? What if... Okay, that might work. But here's what we need to do. Here's what we need to do. We need to color that with a different light. And what I mean is, remember what I said earlier about each light has its own settings? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this light white. All right. And then we're going to paint this. See that? So we'll create a white light. We'll keep it white. And we'll paint it like this. Now, when we go to render, it's not doing anything yet because we don't have an effect on it. But if we go to the white and we go to emit, let's see what this looks like. See, now you see the actual... Ooh. It's interesting to test and see what the effects look. Look at that. That would be really cool for like a spaceship, or if you were doing something where you wanted lighting, right? Almost like a subsurface, like an undermount light. That would look really cool for that. But see how we can see the reflections of the light in the water? Okay. And if we turn this to diffuse, I love the glow from these lights. I think that's perfect. We just need to figure out the water itself, which we'll get there. I think what I'll do is maybe tomorrow when I get to work, once I get things situated, I might do some testing with this same scene. And then what I can do is once I find I think the trick to this, you know what it might be, guys? We almost need to develop like a cheat sheet, if you will, right? If we want water, here's the settings. You know what I'm saying? If we want this, here's the settings. Almost like this is a go-to for those different kinds of elements. And that might be the way to go about this, is start developing like a best use case thing. Like, this is how to do water, this is how you do that, this is how you do that, which I think I might do some experimenting with. Because what I would like to do from here is make the water reflective, and then add fish into the water, add plants into the water. I'd like to go a little further with the details in the water. Like Monty was saying, add some fish and stuff, yeah. The glow's awesome. And remember, we can take this light right here, right? And we can experiment. See the blue, the pink, because this is a lot like the, you know, you can play with your colors. And I think that's awesome, the way it handles your palettes. So if you wanted to make this like a bright green, right? For whatever reason, if you wanted the light to be green, Yeah. Yep. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Well, I'm happy with that for tonight, guys. I think I'm gonna call it there, and probably I think I'll do some messing around with this. Like I said, maybe tomorrow. See if I can't come up with a better use case for this, and then once I feel more confident with the software, I think we might start doing some little tutorials on it, and maybe see if we can't help offer like tips, tricks, ideas, different things like that. If people are interested, I'm sure there's people that are. I think there's a lot of people to use the software, so we could probably offer a lot of variety to this. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, get some rest. It is getting late here. Thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content, feel free to leave a follow. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with like Tahoma, this, Affinity, different things like that. So have a great night, and I will see you guys again over here very, very soon. Probably in the next couple days, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on how much time I have tomorrow, but it was fun watching. Thanks for joining. Hey, see you again, Monty. Thank you for stopping in, buddy. Maria, thank you so much. Everybody that came by, Jim, Monty, really appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all again very soon. Until then, goodbye.